Hello, I'm Niko Papakonstantis, Chair of the Exeter Select Board. I'm joined today by Russ, our Town Manager, and Corey Stevens, the Finance Director. We understand that many of you have questions regarding the mandated revaluation process. Our goal in making this video today is to explain the revaluation process and how it affects your property and your taxes.
The state of New Hampshire requires municipalities like Exeter to reevaluate all properties in the town at least every 5 years. The goal of the revaluation is to ensure that all property values are as close as possible to fair market value, and that all property owners pay their proportional fair share of property taxes.
So what is the impact of this year's revaluation on you as an Exeter taxpayer? By now, I'm sure you've received a letter from the town informing you of your property's new value. If you're like me, the reval amount in the letter was remarkably higher than the value before the reval, and no doubt this is causing many of you concern. How do you interpret your new value? What does it mean for your property tax bill going forward? Something to keep in mind is that the revaluation process does not allow the town to collect any more in taxes than was appropriated by voters during the March vote. This is an important fact. Our property tax bill is calculated by multiplying the tax rate by the property value per thousand, which equals our tax bill. The sum of all of our tax bills equals the amount the town has to spend, which is equivalent to what the voters approved in March. When the value of our properties increases during a revaluation, the tax rate has to fall so that the town only collects what voters appropriated for spending during the March vote. So all things being equal, let's say the town budget didn't increase year over year and everyone's property increased in value by the same percentage. In this scenario, taxpayers would not see an increase in their December tax bill. Now, the reality in Exeter is that not all properties increased in value by the same percentage as a result of the revaluation. As you can see from this graphic, which shows the results of Exeter's revaluation, the percentage change in property values varies widely among property types. At this point in the year, it's still too early to determine Exeter's new tax rate and therefore your December tax bill. The state, through the Department of Revenue, will set the new tax rate in October or November as part of its annual tax rate setting process. However, as explained earlier, we can say that the tax rate will go down to compensate for the increase in property values. If you look at the graphic showing the change in value among different property types, you can use it to get a general sense of whether your tax bill will increase, decrease, or roughly stay the same come December due to the revaluation. Overall, we see that the change in property value as a result of the revaluation was 61%. With that in mind, if you calculate the percentage change in value for your own property and compare it to the overall change of 61%, you can roughly determine that based on the revaluation, if your percentage increase was equal to 61%, there would be no change to your taxes as a result of the revaluation. If your percentage increase was greater than 61%, there would likely be an increase to your taxes as a result of the revaluation. And if your percentage change was less than 61%, there may be a decrease to your taxes as a result of the revaluation. During a revaluation, the proportion of taxes that each of us contributes towards the town's annual spending is reallocated. For example, maybe your property was already close to fair market value before the reval, and the change was only 30%, while my value changed by 70%. In this scenario, I would experience an increase in my property tax bill as a result of the revaluation, while yours would decrease.
As you review your valuation letter, please consider the following two important points. First, do not multiply last year's tax rate by your new valuation amount. The result will not be your new tax amount. In fact, the letter taxpayers receive specifically cautions against doing this. Second, the percentage increase in your property value does not equate to the percentage by which your tax bill will rise. In other words, a 50% increase in value does not mean a 50% increase in taxes. Another thing to keep in mind is that the tax rate is made up of several different components in addition to the local municipal rate. Those include school, county, and state education tax rates.
To better understand the change in your own property value, we encourage you to contact our revaluation contractor, MRI. They are best suited to explain the data supporting your property value change.
Appointments can be scheduled online from the town website or by phone at 603-279-0352, extension 404.
The team is available Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. This year, the deadline to request an informal hearing is August 26th. If you cannot attend a hearing, you can submit information in writing regarding your property before August 27th via email to assessing@mrigov.com or by mail to the Town of Exeter Assessor's Office, 10 Front Street, Exeter, New Hampshire. Thank you for watching, and we hope this video helped explain this very complicated process.